rocking and a rolling, huffing and a duffing. Don't know the lyrics to the song. Okie dokie. Fingers crossed this week, no technical issues.
Oh, we had a variety of technical issues.
Yeah, and
I say you did.
Me,
I don't have to do any of that shit. I just sit here and talk, and Lex has to deal with all the bugs.
Leave. You like it. You like that.
Bye.
You like the weekend father.
Oh yeah.
You just come in, wind everything up, and leave me to deal with it all.
See you later, Lex. Deal with the gremlins. We need to do that, man. We need to get one of those gremlins off.
Oh yeah, we've got a lot to do.
Yeah, I know.
It'll come. It'll all come in time.
We
don't need more stress than we actually have already.
Yeah, that one guy was saying that we need a notepad, don't we? So we can just start all the random stuff that we're like, we'll do that, and then we get drunk and forget. At least then we'd like come in the next morning and be like, see some random scribblings down of just like stuff that we've said, just random words that don't
like
make
when
any
you have
sense.
Dream notes.
Yeah,
you just wake up in the night. Unicorn slippers.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what did we say about that? We're like,
helicopters for rabbits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you always wished that helicopters could have rabbits?
Well, when I re-listened to I think it was last week when we had the mead. I was like, I said about getting a tankard, and I was just like, I'll actually do that now.
Yeah.
And I was there like on Amazon, like looking at tankards. I didn't actually commit and buy one, so I still haven't done it. But
I'd like to point out that tankards are freaking expensive if you go and look at them.
Yeah.
But if you go on eBay and get pewter tankers, if you have a look on there, there's loads of collectibles. And nobody's looking at them.
Yeah.
So actually, no, don't go on eBay because I want more. So all of you stay off eBay and don't look at pewter tankers.
Stay away.
Right. Cracking on straight in because we've got ice. It's freaking hot.
It's hot as balls.
So warm, man. It's melting. So we're going to crack on with what's in the crew chest. Now you can see if you're on YouTube, it's bursting out of the chest already. So
there's a big old boy lurking in that chest.
You open it and I'll play the what are those things that the jesters would play or the musicians as people would enter?
A sitar? Is that
a sitar? Yeah. Okay. So you open it and inside today we have. This is one a lot of you have been telling us to try.
Yeah.
So this is the Woodford Reserve, and this is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Now I have taken a liking to bourbons and the Tennessee whiskies. I had to get them out the house.
Is it bourbon or bourbon?
I don't know. It depends where you're from. I think I always thought it was bourbon, but then the more you hear it, it's like, man, it's got to be bourbon, though, surely, because bourbons here are biscuits.
Yeah. Somebody correct us.
Yeah, let us know.
Is it
comment section?
I think it's pronounced bourbon, but
I thought it was bourbon.
Sorry, bourbon.
I thought it was bourbon.
Yeah,
but it's spelt definitely
bourbon. Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought it was
B-O-U-R
bourbon, but
B-O-N.
I don't know. Who cares?
We'll call it bourbon.
Yeah,
because if you say bourbon, I'm going to want them.
I know. It's making me want biscuits.
I had to get biscuits out of the house because I started dieting, and biscuits are not my downfall, but I'll waste my carbs on them.
Yeah,
they're just nom.
They're easy. Fucking put away.
Yeah. So this is a Kentucky straight bourbon, and this one is it's labeled batch as well, so it's bottle 3,548. So I don't think they're limited.
No, not.
But they're accounted for.
Yeah.
So on the back, I mean, beautiful looking bottle.
It's very nice.
Very clean. Very bit gentleman Jackie. Wonder which one came first.
Yeah, I think I said before. I bought a bottle of this for Tom ages ago, years ago. I was coming back. Actually, no, was it Tom? Actually, no, it might not have been.
It was somebody.
Yeah,
I remember saying.
I was coming back from Toronto.
Because you thought you'd had it.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I had this a very long time ago, but at the time I wasn't really drinking that much whiskey anyway. It would have been on like Chris.
And you wouldn't have appreciated it.
Definitely not.
So there you go.
So
on the back of it, very clean, nice. Just it's what would you call it when it's not a sticker on the front. It's specific. Each single letter is like adhered to it.
It's printed on there. I think so that they have like so that normally it'll be like DTM printing, which would be like direct to media. So sometimes they'll actually have it stuff printed on the bottle. Yeah,
that looks like what it is. So it's very, very clean. Nice gift looking bottle with a little bit of a raised section here at the top that's like a W and an R in a logo, but that's actually raised on the glass itself, which is nice. So it says on the back, this is all it says on the back, there's nothing else other than this. The art of making fine bourbon first took place on the site of the Woodford Reserve Distillery. We'll do it in the American voice. A national historic landmark. In 1812, the perfectly balanced taste of our Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey is comprised.
Comprised.
Yeah, that's where. Sorry, is comprised of more than 200 detectable flavor notes, from bold grain and wood to sweet aromatics, spice, and fruit and floral notes.
Maybe I'll keep her in black on your behalf.
Your beer. And so that is all it says. So let's get into this bottle. It is
Before that ice melts, because it's already
going. I can see
We're
it.
sip away at that.
So we didn't know whether we were supposed to have this with ice or not, and there was some debatable arguments online. So we're having it first with ice, secondarily without.
Yeah.
I don't like that plastic around the top. That's really annoying. I think that cheapens it as well. Don't like that. Don't like the plastic wrap.
I wonder whether when you're shipping like worldwide, you have to factor in stuff like that.
Yeah, well, it is now. It does have a cork lid. It's not a screw or anything. So
that could pop off.
this is nice. Let's see if it's a.
What's a taut hole?
Yeah, here we go. Ooh, nice.
Manly.
Oh,
A very masculine pop that was.
you can sniff the cork.
Cheers, man.
Sniff my cork.
Every night.
It does smell sweet and quite aromatic.
Yeah.
They weren't lying.
There's a little bit of
You can smell
smokiness
that
to it,
floral. A little tiny. There's a back hint of smoke.
but- Yeah. That smells quite
But
tasty.
quite floral and fruity off the bat.
I've seen a lot of the companies have very similar corks.
I'm guessing
There's
it's
a cork
it's
manufacturer.
Like YKK Zips. There's a cork factory.
Yeah. It's quite a nice looking cork, but none of the corks are a patch on Bumbu's cork.
No, that's the sickest cork.
That is it.
It's
It's
literally a misshapen thing walloped into the top of the bottle.
Yeah, it's imperfect and it's got chunks missing out of it, and it's just got like a little what looks like a burn kind of
That's
engraving.
logo as well.
Yeah,
So it's meant to be a bit more pirate.
but like I think Burning Barns are very similar to this. I think they might be a bit chunkier.
chunkier, yeah.
They're
Bit of
a
bigger lid on
wider,
it.
yeah. Which is nice having that like big hefty.
Welcome to
hefty
the
lid.
cork cast.
Cork cast.
We just spent like a
We
minute
spend an
talking
hour
about
and we spend an hour and a half discussing corks.
Would this film fit in an anal cavity? That could be one section of the cork cast.
Yeah.
What orifices would it get stuck in?
Yeah. Would it fit in a nostril? No.
Let's see.
Would it fit in an ear?
This
No.
week from the hospital bed. Right, let's see if it's a glugger or a pourer. Oh, it's a pure pourer. There's zero glug. That's dangerous. I always think they're more dangerous.
Thank you.
Your home pours get slightly bigger when they're not a glugger.
Very true.
I'm going to leave that for literally 30 seconds and then crack in. So whilst we're waiting for that to cool, can I just say, and this is hopefully a unanimous nationwide thing, can we all just agree BO is unacceptable,
Yeah.
right? I went into the gym the other day, and you know when you walk in and the smell is so bad, you're not quite sure where it's coming from,
Yeah.
but it's not going anywhere. Now listen, everybody can get caught short.
Sorry, mate. I'll have a wash next time.
Everyone can get caught short, I understand that, but there's no way you don't know you smell. Because
When it's
I
that
know
bad.
immediately when I smell.
Yeah.
But when your BO could possibly be weaponized by the army,
Yeah. When it can fill a room.
you're no longer just a little smelly, you're now deliberately infecting everyone's nostrils.
It's very unthoughtful, I suppose, isn't it?
I want it to be nationally made a reason to be able to bar somebody from a gym.
Yeah.
Like you can get barred from a pub from fighting or being too pissed or peeing on a barmaid. Gym, stinky, get out.
At the end of the day, it's personal hygiene, isn't it? Then there's conversations I've had in the past.
Put me off my workout, dude.
Yeah. There's conversations I've had in the past about people that, and it's like, you know, it's an awkward situation because you don't want to be rude and it might just be a one-off. But when it was occurred a couple of times and it was putting other people off, you have to like pull somebody up on it because it's you know, very disruptive to everyone else. And
Listen, if you forgot your clothes, you're putting on old clothes from in your gym bag, just don't do it.
yeah,
Work out in the clothes you got. If you're wearing jeans or whatever, apologise and work out in the goddamn jeans. Don't. It's not usually the bottoms though, is it? It's the top.
yeah,
It's forgo the vest.
Yeah.
Keep your t-shirt on. Nobody needs to see the nipples today.
well,
I'd rather have clean nostrils and no nipples.
yeah.
Bring the nipples back clean and shiny the next day. We'll all be better for it.
Are we going for this?
That was it. It's chewing the ice up, isn't it?
It is.
43.5%, I think it is, isn't it? 43.2. That was close.
Close enough. Right then,
Here we go.
Let's have a go.
Woodford Reserve, as requested by most of you guys. Well, it's less sweet than I anticipated.
Yeah, there's not very much sweetness at all. It smells
No.
sweet.
It's quite spicy. Oh, there's a lot of heat coming off it now.
Yeah.
About 4 second delay on that heat. Hits the back of the mouth and over the top, over the center of the tongue. Nothing down the sides.
No. That's really nice, though. I still like that.
Yeah, there's no sweetness because the front and sides of my tongue aren't coated, and that's our sweet and sour patches, aren't they?
Yeah, I quite like that.
It's nice. This is around the fire whiskey.
Yeah, a few seconds after you drink it, like 4 or 5 seconds, then there's like a second wave of something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't put my finger on it. It was almost like it was slightly spicy, cinnamony, but with a bit of smokiness too.
That was a big noisy swallow. I was trying to whack it all around and down to get this out. There is definitely spice, heat and spice all through it. It's nice though. Very smooth. A lot of heat, very hot. If you like your bourbon sweet and not so hot, that ain't one for you. But if you like them hot and you sat on the fire, you want something to warm you.
Yeah. For me, that's the perfect level of smokiness. It's a bit of an undercurrent. Yeah. It's not one of them that just like tastes like you're sucking on a bit of burnt wood.
Yeah.
Like it's just like an addition to the flavour. It's not overpowering.
Yeah. Everything for me on that is down the middle. There's nothing to the sides of the mouth or side of the tongue. It's all the way spice and heat down the centre of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. But again, doesn't burn the back of your throat. No. Smooth going down. Try a third sip.
That's a nice one. I'm glad we haven't had whiskies for a little while now. I was actually a bit like, I was thinking, I've really like been enjoying the rums we've been having lately, and I was like, I don't even know if I want to go back to some whiskies, but this is good.
No, it's nice. That is very nice. I do think you actually that definitely deserves some ice in it though. If you had that without ice, that would be a punchy flavor. That'd be a super small sipper.
Yeah,
you can definitely good old wallop of ice in that. So Woodford Reserve.
It's fucking dissolved in that ice rapidly.
Yeah, and they were proper balls of ice as well.
Big old balls.
Big old balls getting chewed up by the bourbon.
We got something else going on as well.
We've got presents. You guys spoiling us. Oh yeah, we get to open one. Can I have that? I'm gonna go flat.
Yeah. So our mate Brett versus Godzilla,
the question kid.
Yeah, the champion of the questions has returned, and he dropped me a message saying, "Oh, I'm getting a couple." You've got a proper bouffant there, mate. That is fucking sky high.
I'm leaving it. Is it?
It's so high.
Can't see it.
It's literally like that high.
It's okay.
It's really.
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, it was excessive. Oh, sorry. If you don't know what's just gone on, Lex was sorting out his hair.
Yeah, sorry.
And like you have to like when you pull your hair back in a ponytail,
it gets super tight.
Yeah, so you like loosen it by pulling it forward a bit, and he just went a bit over the top.
Too far.
And his hair was his hair was literally had a massive like 4-inch quiff on the top of his head. Brett sent me a message saying sent 2 packages to the gym.
Just smash the microphone, sorry people.
And one's turning up tomorrow, the other one will be turning up Wednesday, which they did. And he's like, just make sure you open them on the CREWCast. Right. So I'm hoping
yours is a dildo and this one is a mouse mat of him straddling something.
I'm just hoping this isn't an IED.
Because why have you gone dark?
I just feel strange having random people send me things.
That is very true, actually. This could be anthrax.
This is an IED, and that's a big
anthrax.
Yeah, I was going to say a big bag of. I was going to say ricin, but
ricin, yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah, anthrax as well.
So
hopefully,
mine is a big A4 flat package, and yours is definitely something that a bottle or.
Yeah,
it's not heavy enough to be bottled.
Yes, it's the exact shape of
fragile
what a bottle would get delivered in, but it's not got the weight.
Should I do mine first? Or are you doing
you do yours first, mate.
I like the pulley ones.
Yeah.
Right, and it is... It's a smaller package inside a bigger package. Sandy Leaf's... Oh, shit, we can make our own rum.
Yeah.
What is it? Sandy Leaf Farm Spiced Rum Making Kit. At Sandy Leaf Farm, we want crafting stunning homewares and cooking delicious food and drink to be easy. We know that finding equipment and ingredients and recipes can be a real challenge, especially when there's a huge selection online, many of which aren't something because there's a sticker over it. I can't read it. Our kit's your crafting journey makes it easy from start to finish. We also rely entirely on a word of mouth to grow our business. Okay, word of mouth, no problem. Sandy Leaf Farm. There you go. This is what this is. They want you to leave a review. Share your rum making kit. With this kit, you'll be able to make 2 big bottles of your own home-infused spiced dark rum in just a couple of days. What? We spent months relentlessly testing the spice blends and recipe to make the whole experience easy and tasty as possible. The kit includes everything you need to get started. Just add 700ml bottle of dark rum per batch. How sick.
That's awesome.
That's not even funny. That's actually just cool. I thought it was genuinely going to be something ridiculous.
Oh, I'm a bit disappointed about the fact that it's not a mouse pad.
With him straddling something.
All right, I'm gonna open mine.
Well, then. Yeah, yours is a fragile one, so let's see how the postal service has dealt with it. I was hoping this was going to be a fertility symbol or a dildo. Please be a dildo. Oh, it's a bottle to make the rum in.
There we go, Brett. You see, he's got this all planned out.
Yeah.
He's a man with a plan.
That's a nice bottle, dude.
It is a smart bottle. Look, he's got
That's
his
a
little bit of
nice
branding
looking
on there.
Bottle.
Oh. See, I knew it was a bottle-shaped box.
You did?
It was a bottle-shaped box
Cheers, Brett.
with the bottle in, but with no rum, which is why it didn't feel like it was heavy enough to,
Yes.
to have something inside it.
You smart bugger, you.
Thank you so much,
That
Brett.
is absolutely sick. We're definitely going to do that. And then we'll try it on the CREWCast, obviously.
Yeah, and then probably throw up.
Yeah, we did it wrong. Told you shouldn't use petrol.
We didn't have any rum, so we used petrol instead.
That's sick. All right, put those together.
Oh,
So
that's
we don't
class.
lose them.
That's brilliant.
Lovely jubbly, mate.
So as well, all right, well, actually, by
Well,
the
got
time...
more?
No. I was gonna say, by the time this is out, I'll have got the rum sent out to Simone. We contacted
Yes,
her because
last week.
everything got a bit delayed, didn't it? Because the CREWCast didn't go out as planned.
You didn't got to bloody Wednesday, mate. It was
No.
a freaking nightmare. That will not happen again, people. This will be out as you'll be listening to this on Monday now.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you can all come to my house with broomsticks and beat me because I deserve it. I need keeping on track.
It needs that accountability of
I do.
imminent broomstick beatings.
But you know, I wasted so much time trying to fix the broken file from last week's one because it dumped a file as just a data file,
Yeah.
and I spent hours trying to convert it back to video so you guys wouldn't have a big blank spot on YouTube. And what I should have just done was just got it fucking up.
Yeah.
And this is the problem. I try and make everything 100% rather than just
Yeah.
get the shit done so it's acceptable. You know, better than acceptable, obviously, but
It's passable, isn't it?
yeah,
Like,
and just weighing up pros and cons. Is it going to be a benefit of wasting another 4 hours trying to fix this file, or was just better? It was better just to get it up.
I was going to say, because YouTube for us at the moment,
It's secondary anyway.
Yeah.
But because I'm so used to working on it, I acted like it was a primary, and I was silly.
yeah, that's it, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
the majority of the listens aren't on YouTube at the moment, which I do want to like. I do like that. I really think that's kind of cool because I always wanted to do something on YouTube when I was a kid. When I first started getting into training, I wanted to do what you did. Like I really wanted to get involved with it. But my justification for not doing it was just like, oh well, I've got nothing that special to show or share at the time, so I never made that plunge to actually do it.
Yeah.
I do kind of wish I did.
What would you have done?
Spitting on biceps.
Matt had that covered.
I know. I was yeah, but there was no one in the British marketplace.
true, yeah,
I was
British
going to be UK's
Dirty
answer
socks,
to
dirty underwear.
I
spitting
was
on
UK's
biceps,
answer to Matt Ergus.
eating burritos.
Just not in shape.
We're going to trim your beard after this.
Oh yeah. I was
Sorry,
saying,
no, not beard. We're going to trim your. You just haven't shaved hair.
Yes.
Sorry,
yeah.
Emma. Sorry, Emma.
So I haven't got a beard.
Hashtag not a beard.
I haven't got a beard. I just haven't shaved for a
Yes,
bit.
yeah.
And my stubble has got a bit out of
Yeah.
hand.
So if anybody sees Lewis, just go, "Oh, that's some nice stubble you've got
Some
going there,
lengthy
Lewis."
stubble you got there.
Yeah, don't mention the B word around Emma.
No. So she's been moaning, saying like. She said, "Look, I can kind of put up with it, but you need to tighten it up, like neaten it up, make it look a bit better. Because it's like you're just starting to go a bit lumberjacky."
However, I would like to pre-warn you that I fucked up the sides of my head today. So even though this looks deliberate, I fucked my fade up, so I took it real high to fix it. I had it perfect, and then when you do that final thing, and I took the normal thing that I used to blend it at the bottom, and I just turned it the other way around,
Yeah. And it just
went zinc straight in and created. I was like, "Oh crap!" It didn't fade at all. It just took it completely
turn
off.
your head to the side. I think that looks kind of good though.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but it's just a bit aggressive.
I was gonna say it's a bit more aggressive than.
Where's the other one softens me a
At
bit?
the end of the day, mate, like it'll be back in like 2 weeks.
It'll be back in 2 days. Mate.
Well, yeah.
My hair's ridiculously fast at growing. I have to do my sides every morning.
Fucking hell.
If 2 mornings I can get away with it, but you'll see stubble. Third day, it's too long.
It's like your beard.
Within 3 days. Yeah. It's mad.
I am fortunate in the sense that because I let mine all grow out at the time. Like, no way would
My hair's going so fast.
no way would I be able to maintain that. Fucking hell. I used to get a haircut once every couple months.
Do you remember what we said? Sorry, the hair beard things reminded me of because I was thinking about growing the sides. We talked about growing the sides, and I was just looking at your sides, and they're all in already, and I'm slightly jealous about it. But let's not go there. He had said Jason Momoa and Harley Davidson. Why the fuck aren't they doing something together?
Yeah.
Literally today they released a thing, or yesterday they're doing a collaboration. HD Momoa collaboration.
That's so
It's
cool.
out for sale now on the Harley Davidson website.
That's really cool.
It is $800 for a fucking jacket though, and $150 for a simple long sleeve t-shirt.
But does it look sick?
It does look sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
I immediately messaged people at Harley Davidson like, "Are we getting this in the UK? Send me one." The jacket's dope. Right, he's got me with the jacket because on the back of the jacket he's put a D pocket on the back.
Yeah.
Which you could never use or reach or anything. It's
Yeah.
completely, but it just looks awesome and pointless. And I need it.
Yeah. The reason it looks so cool is because it's pointless.
So pointless. It's a pocket on the back. It's in a D shape with a zip, obviously on the outer hem. And I don't know what you'd use it for, but it's there. It's old school. It's an old school take on an old school design. So a new school take on an old school design. Yeah, so they did it. They were doing it. His trousers look very Carhartt.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is quite nice. I will get some. They are cool. Just because they're so vintage looking. He's gone completely back to that old school stitched logo designs where it's stitched letters onto the thing. Chain stitching, I think they call it. It's cool.
I'm getting like quite a few of our members now that ride are pestering me saying like you need to
do it this summer, dude. Just get it. It's a 5-day course.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking
bite the bullet, get it on. Because you'll do your CBT on one day, and then straight onto your big bikes, out for 3 days riding, and 2 days test. You're fucking done. And there's spaces on test things at the moment because people don't have the money to be doing it like normal.
Yeah.
So loads of people are backlogging it, and I'm guarantee this summer's going to be beautiful all the way through to like September.
I was talking to Emma yesterday or the day before. I said because I've had a couple of stressful weeks, and I'm just like it's been flat out for a while since reopening. And then even during lockdown, like it was all right because the pace was slower, but obviously there was that kind of undercurrent of stress because the business was closed and whatever else. And it's been quite well. I think a lot of people are in the same boat, like whether they've been, doing something during lockdown or not.
Yeah.
People haven't necessarily had a proper break where they actually got away and like put a pause on everything. And I know I definitely haven't for quite a while. And I'm saying like I need to actually like book a couple of days. I just want to go camping or something, just on my own.
If you
or
had a
just
bike,
fuck
mate,
off on.
If you had a bike,
that's
what we're planning on doing with the boys.
Yeah,
planning on riding the bikes up to some woodlands.
Yeah,
tents on the back and campfire, whiskey, night away in the woods.
Yeah.
What happens to the woods stays in the woods. I put up one picture on Instagram of me and Nathan playing in the sea.
Oh, so
immediate comment.
Are you bisexual?
Yeah.
He didn't go full gay with me because he was like,
I think I've seen you with women.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
Yeah.
I was just like, really? We can't wear budgie smugglers between two men anymore? Is there no?
Have you watched the Loki series?
Yes.
I saw a lot of people that were kicking off about
falling in and out of it, man.
Yeah, we watched the first two. And
I'm not digging it.
Yeah, it was quite slow paced. Because
Not even that. I just don't like the concept.
I've seen a few people saying how great it is. Sort of like I've persevered, and in the third episode, it started to pick up a little bit, and I was like, all right, okay. It's not what I was expecting.
I don't like what they've done with his character. I don't like the fact they've taken him out of the cloak. They put him in this weird, shitty, freaking bomber jacket thing, and
it's very strange.
They've demasculated him almost as well.
It's not at all what I was expecting.
Removed all his powers.
Yeah.
Like the whole.
Well, he still has them in certain situations.
Yeah. No.
Well, how far are you in?
4th episode.
Oh, right, okay, you're further than me then. But I don't know. I've heard. I think it was the 5th episode was really good.
Oh, really?
I'm just trying to persevere and just see. It was because
what was the other one? The Vision one took about 4 episodes to get good.
Really,
I literally skipped the first couple of episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't need to watch them.
I haven't watched any of that.
It's ridiculous. It's like there's an alternate reality that she's created with them in it.
Yeah, I know the premise.
And you can literally skip the first 3 episodes until the reality starts breaking. There's no point to any of it.
Right.
It's a fucking waste of time.
The thing is, though, that's kind of part of how a lot of series are. Like sometimes the whole first series is just scene setting, like building a world.
But they're not building the world in the Vision one at all because it crumbled. Like they're not. It's like how long have we waited for this? How long are we going to wait for the next season? You're wasting. Almost 4 episodes of maybe an 8-season episode thing.
Yeah.
An 8-episode season.
Yeah.
On this shit that you could have killed after 2 episodes.
If you look at like Sons of Anarchy, they did the same though. That first season, like it was interesting because I think at the time as well, it was a really new concept of like a biker series, so that kept it interesting. When you actually look at the all the seasons as a whole, that first season, fucking nothing happened. They were just like setting a scene.
Yeah.
And then like they were building a world to then destroy in the later episodes from various kind of things. But
if you watch the Vision, you'll see what I mean. It's more than that.
Yeah.
They're literally trapped in a certain thing that it's not real world.
Yeah.
And you see through it within like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you go like, okay, when's this going to end? And they don't. They just drag it on for. They slowly break. It's a vision slowly breaking the thing within like. It's so long, mate.
Yeah,
it's too long. They could have done it in half the time.
Anyway, the point I was bringing up with the Loki thing and you getting the bisexual comments. There's a scene in there, and I saw a load of people that were kicking off about this because when his variant talks to him and says, "Oh, is there a special woman or guy or someone who you in?" Like, and he was just like, "Oh, a bit of both."
Yeah,
and like, so he like just left it quite ambiguous. And then a lot of people were like kicking off about him being bisexual. I was like,
why?
He's fuck knows.
He's fucking Loki. He plays and does everything.
Yeah, he would be fucking
he's the
everyone.
God of mischief.
Well, yeah, literally. So why would
sexual orientation?
Yeah, why would he be straight? If anything,
I remember that, and it didn't faze me at all. I didn't even blink. I was like, yeah.
Well, the thing is, in the comic books, I saw this like meme that was about, and basically like in the comic book lore, he transformed into a horse, had sex with another horse, which then had a baby, like gave birth to another horse, which then he rode as a human.
Amazing.
And,
Amazing.
And people are kicking off about him maybe being bisexual. I was like, what the fuck? Get a life, mate.
Fucked a horse to create a ride.
Yeah. Like, he's Loki.
Awesome.
Like, how is anyone...
People just complain for the sake of complaining now about anything.
Yeah, like, maybe it was because they were thinking, oh, Marvel are just trying to be overly diverse.
They are.
Which, in some aspects, they are. But Loki's the perfect character to be completely fluid in any kind of sexuality or whatever else. Like, why would he be straight?
Yeah, Marvel need to stop. Just stop already.
I think when they're shoehorning it in there just to do it for the sake of doing it, when it fits with the character, then Loki, that's perfect.
Look at the amount of the offset characters that are already killing off because it's just people are showing no interest in it. And then if they release a bunch of movies, and apologies if this offends anyone, with all overtly female lead characters with female casts, you are going to bomb at the cinema because I'm not going to watch that.
No, what's happened?
No one's watching it. It pisses me off when they do anything that's overly directed towards one certain gender, race, or anything. I don't give a fuck about that. Make the movie fun as it's supposed to be. Stop creating a a cause with your movie.
I think it's more, for me anyway, the issue seems to be like the intention. It's like, okay, so we're gonna, like, the intention should always be to make the best film possible.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes it seems very deliberate. We're like, okay, we're gonna target a female audience. Like, it's gonna be an action film, but we're gonna swap all the male characters out for female. We're gonna like push our agenda, and it's just like, it feels like that was so hard.
In doing that though, let's just think of it. You just said it then. We're going to target a female audience. So in that sense, you're then alienating the male audience. You're doing exactly the opposite of what your film is now representing. You're basically taking one alienation and creating another alienation. Just fucking hire who's good for the parts and just do them as they are. Man.
Yeah, unfortunately though, that's the way the fucking world always works. We swing from one swing of the pendulum to the next. There's no middle ground. Unfortunately,
I love my Marvel movies. I love my superhero movies. Stop fucking with them. Like, we've had this conversation before. We really have. And I think many people have the same conversations. So Marvel, start listening. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think 100% have some diversity in there. 100% you should do that. But don't shoehorn it in where it's not meant to be. You also have to honour the character and the history of the character and make sure that there's continuity in that.
Yeah, I know. It just honestly, stop ruining our movies with, what's the word? Political nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh no! It's not political. What's the word? Where you are? It's political correctness gone mad, but there's another word for it.
Just being PC, I don't know.
PC, yeah. Just fuck off the PC. In fact, go against it and watch everyone get even more behind it.
Yeah, the thing is, like, most people are watching things like this as a form of escapism. They're not doing it as a political movement or a choice. They're just doing it
That's it. We go to cinema
down.
to escape, not be taught of, not to see more news through views of movies.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to restart this recording and then we're going to pop these little new mini cigars. hope that that's back in focus, because if it's not, YouTube's blurry, but, it shouldn't be.
Probably for the best.
So we have some Royal Dutch miniatures. So these are little cigars that you guys see me smoking. They are not blunts, people. Every time I put one up, people honestly think I'm just getting baked at home. Because I don't think a lot of people know mini cigars exist.
No,
They're called miniatures. Miniatures.
Is that maybe because it's more of an American thing?
I don't know. They're everywhere, mate. You can buy them in supermarkets.
No, I mean, like, thinking that they're blunts.
Oh, maybe. Because I definitely don't think our joints look like these.
No, we just smoke like a little spliff, which doesn't look like that.
No.
And by I say we smoke that, I mean that we don't ever smoke that.
So these, I love the little story behind these. So these are Royal Dutch miniatures, and basically the tobacco leaves are picked in a place called, I think it's called Pears. That's where they are, and they're picked before the morning sunrise and heat, so that the leaves are least disturbed and picked in their prime state, and taken straight to the curing house, where they're then cured for X amount of weeks before they're used to then wrap their fine tobacco. We've got a really lovely little display thing, other than obviously all the toxic you're going to die warnings.
Yeah,
the story is that when you open.
Well, I was going to say, like, this is like the only thing that we'd have all week.
Yeah, I have like literally maybe 2 of these a week.
Yeah, I have one whenever I'm here.
Yeah,
like, and sometimes not even once a week. I was
talking about this with somebody the other day. Sometimes I'll be sat and a music song.
One of them musical song things will come on the nice noisy, then the noisy machine. So a music song comes on, and it will just set me in a mood, and I'm like, I want a whiskey and a cigar.
Yeah,
and I do, because I'm like, ain't nobody here to stop me. So what if it's 1 in the afternoon? But I literally get a mood sometimes of wanting one of these, as in because of what I'm watching. I'll sit down for a movie and I'll just have whiskey and a cigar. Nice this little mini cigar, and it's a nice little thing, and it ain't gonna do any harm every so often. In fact, tobacco by many Indian tribes and things like that is used as a cleansing agent for certain things, isn't it? So I'm going along those lines. It's medicinal.
For me, it's more just like everything is, everything has its quantities that's doable in. You can hurt yourself by training 7 days a week permanently. You can hurt yourself by drinking too much water. You pick your poison.
Eat too many bananas, you become infertile because of the potassium.
Yeah. We're all going to die. Pick your poison. Do things that, pick what you enjoy.
In moderation.
Yeah, moderation. That's
and the
really
thing that I like about the cigars is, again, cigars are all about flavour.
Thank you, mate.
And about enjoying the flavour. You don't inhale it into your lungs. Yeah. You put it into your mouth to taste the flavours. You blow out your nose to get a bit more of a hit of the flavour. And that's what they're about. It's not like a cigarette. It's wrapped in a nasty piece of paper that's just a big nicotine pipe.
It smells very nice, that does.
So these are actually, the Royal Dutches, the ones that the boys bought me when I did that music video for them for Late Night Legacy.
Oh,
smoke brings us peace. Aren't they nice? Real smooth. If you blow it out your nose, there isn't. Don't do it. I did it the other day really quickly, and it's really peppery. But you do it nice and smooth, you'll get a few more. But the thing is, the trick is when you pull the smoke in from a cigar into your mouth, is to not breathe out your nose, but to increase the pressure in your mouth so that it flows out your nose. If that makes sense. So if you can pull air, if you pull air into your mouth, like, and then I push like the base of my mouth. I don't know how to describe it. It's like my throat. I kind of do this.
Are you pushing your tongue into the bottom?
I'm pushing the air out my nose rather than breathing it out. So I'm contracting the base of my throat almost here. I can't describe it.
I have no idea what you're saying.
No, I was trying to describe something else the other day to try and do it, but it was hard work. So instead of like breathing out my nose, I do this. See how it just came out and I wasn't breathing?
Yeah.
So I pull it into my mouth. So as I pull it in my mouth, obviously you open up your mouth, don't you? And your cheeks kind of go a bit. Yeah. And then I just bring that pressure back to normal inside my mouth. And then obviously the only place it can go is outside your nose. But obviously keep my mouth
shut. It is a lot more peppery, that is going.
And then you get way more of the flavour through the nose because obviously you've got your nasal cavities are way more sensitive. But yeah, delicious little things. And they're like, I don't know, like 5-minute burners or whatever. They're really nice, this little thing to have and offer people.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Charlie got me onto them.
I think, so I had a consultation with a client today. And then towards the end of it, we were kind of wrapping up. And we ended up talking about the podcast because he was like, how come you've got your Blue Yeti mic? Because I've got that in the gym. And I said that it was something that we were using for our podcast initially, and then it was like, he said he does a podcast. And he uses it because he's a streamer,
right.
and he does one with his mates. And he's like, "Oh, I bet yours is going to be really different to mine," because he's trying to get back into fitness. He's trained a little bit in the past, but yeah, he's trying to get back into fitness. And he's like, "Oh, well, we normally call ours the beer cast," and we were like, "Well, funny you say that because we actually drink like rums or whiskies." And he was like, "Oh, really?" I thought because of like owning a gym, you're gonna not really do anything like that. I was like, "No, I'm a normal person. I want to." And I was like, the guy who I'm doing it with, his like business, his personality online is a fitness influencer, but like, there's more to him than that. He doesn't just train all day every day. Like, there's so much more. That training and fitness it's a part of your life, but it's not the whole of your life by any means. And it's the same for me.
That's the thing.
People don't get that. People think that you have to live it and breathe it, whereas like.
It's a healthy balance, but also a big thing that I always try and tell people is the gym isn't your life. Your life doesn't revolve around the gym. The gym revolves around your life, and that is huge. Somebody sent me a lovely little thing the other day, and it was let me find it on my phone because the phone is no longer controlling the camera because, as per usual, it's done its little meltdown. Canon, sort out your apps, please. Let me show you it. It's a lovely little thing. I thought it was someone sent it me for the morning. I was like,
yeah,
what a lovely little thing to wake up to, just to remind you. So I'm going to remind you all at the same time. And remember this: speaking voice. In between your goals, remember that there's a precious thing called life that has to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
And it's very true because you can get caught up in the work, your goals, pushing to reach this goal. And when you reach that goal, you set another goal. And you end up constantly chasing goals and forgetting, oh, hang on.
Well, actually,
there's a life to enjoy in between all of this.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of that. I think I talk to a lot of people that are asking me, because I'm in a business, people ask me like for advice, I suppose. I feel a bit like I'm being like kind of arrogant by saying that, but that's kind of what it is. Some people anyway, look at me and think that I'm fairly successful and I've got my shit together, which I do to a certain extent, but not really.
Super girthy and
yeah,
hung like a,
but like
a dwarf.
That's exactly what I'm hung like.
I bet they're legit tripods.
Huge pubes, like massive pubic beards.
Why'd you go with the pubes?
Pubic beards. They have to plait them so they can actually get access.
I would love to see a dwarf not I was going to say WWE then, but that's been done. UFC dwarfing.
Yeah.
Or little people, as they prefer to be called.
Yeah, I don't know what the piece.
I would watch the shit out of that.
Mm. But anyway, so
we're not carrying on with my idea.
No, sorry, mate. Putting that one to bed. Anyway, now what I'm saying is like that. So I'll talk about some fucking books that I've read that are really inspiring and really good to get your shit together and whatever else. But I'm massively guilty of being too goal orientated and focusing too much on progression of business and whatnot, and I fucking bury myself in stress and work a lot of the time, and massively under prioritize actually having fun, or like 100%. And
that's why I like our Fridays here, man.
Yeah,
I know they're coming. I know it's a nice break, but it's a consistency in my week.
Yeah,
which is nice.
It's kind of one of the things I said earlier, like because the last few of them, I've literally been getting here quite late because I've been working late. We do the CREWCast, get some food, go to bed, and I'm leaving first thing in the morning to go back to work. And I'm just like, so I'm not really getting the same enjoyment before because it was always just could hang out for a bit, do the CREWCast, chill, watch some films, get some food, like spend a good few hours doing fuck all basically. Yeah. Just chilling out.
We were rushing through it, weren't we? Really?
Yeah, and so you really do need to prioritise that. And as of the last couple of days with some of the conversations I've had with Emma, I'm like, I really do need to start prioritising myself because I don't know.
That is the biggest thing you can do in life is start looking out for yourself. And I know a lot of people have a lot of different commitments and a lot of different requirements in their day that go towards other people. But if you aren't looking after yourself and you let yourself start to unravel, how do you even intend to carry on those other commitments anyway? So you should always be the base of your requirement. You should always be that main focus, because without you, it's not going to continue long term anyway. And it's going to burn you out. You're going to get tired, and everything's going to start to crumble around you. It's going to get overly stressful. You're going to get anxious.
Yeah.
You're going to get overwhelmed. And it's true. You have to be a little selfish to be able to give more. And that is just the way it is.
Yeah.
And then you also, in being selfish, you realize, like today, I had a message through somebody needing help with something. I was just like, normally I'd be like on the lines of, yeah, okay, let me know when or whatever. And I was just like, I looked at it and I thought, that is not any benefit to me in my life. To fit that in, that's only going to benefit them, but take up a chunk of my time.
Yeah.
And it's like, as much as I'd like to, that is only then going to encroach on every other thing I have going on and put me back in those other time frames, which is going to cause me unnecessary stress, unnecessary time constraints. And I just said, you know what? No, I can't. I can't do that. I can't commit. I can't.
Yeah, that's it. I think I said it a few CREWCasts ago. It's like anyone else asking me to do anything else, chances are it's probably going to be a no, because we need to try and I do want to do some stuff that's going to be enjoyable. Like actually, that reminds me, one of the guys who listens to the CREWCast, I think his name's Anthony. He messaged in, and he works for this cigar company, and he saw that we had a smoke the other day, and was wanting to like meet up and
which would be sick.
Show us some cigars and stuff like that. And I haven't actually messaged him back now. We've been talking already.
If you're listening, dude, give us a purpose for doing it that is related to something that we can turn into something involving this or something involving another outlet of ours, so we can fit it into the work diary.
Yeah.
Because we have very little free time to just go and sit and enjoy a cigar that requires a date and a time and a thing to do things.
Yeah, I'd love to do it.
The only time we can do it is if it's a commitment to something that leads to something else.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't like, and I don't want to be. It sounds like
it's just a fact.
It's just a fact. We're both busy as shit.
But we've been more than happy to do that. Like, you want to send us some stuff to try on here and send us instructions on how to try it and where people can get it and where they can try the same thing. Listen, dude, this is an outlet where at the moment we'll do things just for the sake of being nice, because this is our own little thing. You know, we're not having to charge whatnot. On all our other business avenues, they're money orientated because of our lifestyle. This is our fun thing that we're doing.
We don't make any money from this.
No, do we fuck? We just love enjoying doing it.
It costs us money.
Yeah. It costs us money.
We bought all the fucking setup for it. Like, but it's an expense at the moment.
It helps embolden our own life. It helps give us enjoyment. We feel like we're working while we're really taking a break.
Yeah, and it's nice to like, for me anyway. I suppose for you probably do this a little bit more, but like, have real good contact with more people and be able to like reach out and help people. Because for me, with my business, like the main motivation was to like provide a real good service and be able to help people.
I get so many lovely messages from people or everyone listening to this.
Yeah.
I do. The other day as well, somebody messaged me saying their car had been nicked, which is a horrible fucking thing. And you know, they've been listening. I think they've been listening to CREWCast and the whole positivity things and the whole thing. I believe you got a bit of tobacco in your mouth there.
I've got the fair about them.
Chew it like a man, bro.
Where's the spittoon?
A spittoon. I want to do that at some point in my life. Have you tried chewing tobacco?
No, I have
It's
not.
disgusting.
No, I've never done that.
It's so, I don't know, it must be a thing that you have to really get that, you know, when you start eating smelly cheeses. I think that's what chewing tobacco is like. You have to really just do this. It's like being in Joey's house now, bro. Just, yeah, Hoover will deal with it. Hoover has been dealing with a lot this week. He's been dealing with onions. They fall on the floor a lot, bits of onion. But also, thunderbugs of fucketeering have taken over here. I have currently, in my garden, 1 billion thunderbugs that when you go and sit outside, land on you. And these, because we live near a lot of farmland, obviously we've got rapeseed fields all over, all around. So beautiful yellow fields full of this, you know, it looks fantastic. But these thrips, they're called. Yeah. The thunderbugs is their colloquial name. They're everywhere. These tiny little black buggers. #racism. And
they're literally tiny.
You're talking like a millimeter.
You can barely see them.
You don't see them until you see them.
Yeah.
And then once you see one, it's kind of like when you look at the stars, you look at one star and you let your eyes adjust and all of a sudden you see this entire sky. That's what these little bastards are like. You see one, then your eyes focus and there's suddenly 100 and they're all up your wall where you've left the door open. And you leave the door open long enough, they'll cover the entirety of your kitchen walls. Imagine like invading ants, but you don't see them immediately. Yeah. And they're fucking everywhere, and everyone around here has just been hammered by them. They don't bite or anything, but they crawl and you can feel them.
Yeah.
And they come in at every time. They do this once a year. Every year, it's a nightmare. So I can't have all my doors open or windows open as normal. Because normally I have the doors open, air blowing through, music blasting. I'm wandering out the garden. They're ruining stuff. So if anybody has any tricks for these thrips or thunderbugs, other than putting something called neem in water to spray on everything, which, listen, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So just give me some
Neem?
Neem, it's called, yeah. You put 1 or 2 drops in a gallon of water and then spray it on stuff. I'm not going around my house
spraying everything.
I don't have time for that.
Ain't nobody.
So has anybody got any like citronella-esque little tricks that I could try? Because citronella doesn't work.
I've already got the solution to Lex. So I've
Just walk around in a net.
well, I've seen above his door there are several spider webs.
Yep.
Littered with these bugs. So I said,
They're not
buy a
in it.
fuckload of spiders.
It's tarantulas.
Yeah, loads of spiders.
Put them in
Riddle
every corner of
all
the
around
house.
your house. Spiders, spider webs. Them suckers ain't going nowhere. They're getting entangled, mate.
Do you know what's hard? Is I've got the fly spray, because if they get in your house, you need to, buggers are everywhere. Like, I'm talking thousands. You have to take them out. But I'm trying to take them out without taking the spiders out,
Yeah.
because I like the spiders.
Have you seen the original Jumanji?
Yes.
Do you remember the spider scene?
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Can't not watch
Remember the spider scene, and they're taking over the attic. Put the dice in your mouth.
it. Oh, yeah.
And he fell through the floor.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and he's got the
memory,
board
yeah.
on his head. Put the dice in your
I
mouth.
haven't watched that
And then he's
original
like, and he's like the spider's coming at him. He's like going, he's just like blowing on
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's so much better than the remakes.
I've not even seen them. I don't want to because I fucking love the original. Like
The remakes are decent. They're by no
they're
means
just
bad,
completely different.
but
I
it's
think,
not
aren't
Robin
they?
Williams.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Robin Williams was such a legend.
Robin Williams.
It genuinely still like because this was years
I
ago.
cried
now.
when he died.
Yeah,
it was like part of my childhood. Went
me
with
too.
him.
Like Missed Doubtfire. Or,
But
like,
did we talk about this on the podcast? I think we might have done. So everyone thought he took his life from depression, didn't they?
yeah.
There's a little bit of a sadder but happier possible thought in it.
Okay.
He had dementia, onset dementia, early dementia. So he knew this
Yeah.
and knew he was slightly losing it every so often.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility that he took his own life because he had dementia and was no longer going to be himself, which is what dementia does. There's no cure.
Yeah.
And in that sense, I'm happier that he did that.
Yeah.
In that way, because it was a choice to not be left as a shell.
Yes, he wanted to be remembered as he
Yeah.
was.
So we didn't lose him to depression. We lost him to him making a decision. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That does actually make me feel a little bit better.
It made me feel tons better.
if that was the case. It's still really tragic, of
course.
because he was a staple in fucking anyone our age's childhood.
Genius. He was genius.
Hilarious and a brilliant actor as well. Like, not many people actually saw him in some of the more serious roles. And
He
Goodwill
could do
Hunting
it.
and stuff. Like,
Goodwill Hunting. Oh my God, it changed my life.
Yeah.
Changed my life, that movie.
Yeah.
Wow. Really
yeah, it still
did.
genuinely makes me sad because as a kid, I was fucking obsessed with him.
Yeah.
I thought like everything he did was amazing.
Goodwill Hunting just genuinely gave me ambition.
Yeah.
It was such a good movie. I remember it was one of the first movies that I was absolutely blown away by. And that one scene where he holds him and just goes, "It's not your fault. It's not your fault." And just keeps repeating it, and he slowly breaks him. "It's not your fault. It's not your fault." That was so impactful to me.
I need to watch that again. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember that.
That scene sat with me for like, give me goosebumps. Look. Oh, it sat with me for life. That scene. How you can what it showed me was when somebody has a problem, you don't just have one go at making them face it and let them know it's okay.
Yeah.
You keep going until you see that they're there. They're underneath it. You're just gonna get through those layers.
Yeah.
It hit me so hard, that scene.
Yeah.
So hard. Loved it. Made me just feel like you can heal people.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You can do a lot to help
You
people.
just have to just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm a big movie guy.
Yeah.
love
No,
movies.
it's really sad, but I didn't know that at all. I've not really looked into it anymore than the surface level news that was.
Well, nobody
put
knew.
out
Nobody knew publicly. I don't think as much as they had it. It was released medical things were released later. It was only like earlier this year that people found that out in a big way. So it made me feel a bit better about life. That I did.
Yeah.
Because if he's made that decision to go because of that, I'm
Because
like,
I know
that's cool.
had issues with
I think I'd do
depression.
the same. I think I'd do the same.
Really?
I'd go out in a blaze of glory though.
Yeah.
How would you go out if you were going to do it?
Jumping out of a plane with no parachute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just close your eyes.
I'd aim for someone.
Take me over Talbot Street, round about this coordinate.
You look like a prick.
You're getting dive bombed, mate.
Who wears 3/4 jeans?
Oh God, I don't know what I'd do. I feel like I'd want to go out in a massive drug bender, but like a psychedelic.
Yeah, just put you somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
Apparently, drowning's meant to be really good because once you inhale the water into your lungs, you go into a state of euphoria.
Yeah,
So
I heard that.
The idea of drowning sounds horrible to me, but I've been told that in theory it should actually be quite a nice.
Yeah, nobody actually knows.
Well, people have inhaled water, gone into that state of euphoria, then been resuscitated, and they're like, oh, once you yield to the.
I suppose because you will have a massive. So this is what people don't know. When you're about to die, your body is flooded with dimethyltryptamine, DMT, which many of you may have heard of. It's not legal, but you can get it in a vape form, and it will rocket you to a different universe. It's a psychedelic drug. But the fact is, we produce it in our own pituitary gland. It's also found in everything. Not in everything. Sorry, that's a very, very. No, it's not. That's not true at all. It's found in a lot of things in nature that we already eat. The problem is that we have an enzyme within our body which immediately breaks it down the moment we ingest it, so it never gets a chance to take effect in our brain anymore. And I have theories about this, which we may go into another time. If you would like me to talk about my psychedelic experiences, let me know in the comment section. I'm happy to have a chat with you in a completely theoretical form. Yeah. This DMT that's in our diet, in a lot of things that we eat already, it's not able to be activated. But I think at one point in time we were much more connected with the earth, and as this enzyme wouldn't have existed in us, and there's a whole theory behind that, which I will go into if you want me to in another podcast. Yeah. So when we come into these near-death experiences, our body's flooded with this DMT, and it's why people see the white light. They go to this place, and they see what essentially are entities, which people will talk about through DMT trips. And all of that, and it's definitely something that I think occurs. So when that drowning occurs and you yield to it, I think your body will be flooded with this DMT, and your consciousness, which is what we are essentially, trapped in this shell, which is our human form. But our consciousness is more than we are. Like, I think our consciousness is limited by our biological form massively.
I would agree,
massively. Yeah. You just become the consciousness, and that yields no pain or anything like that because it's detached from the human form. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I think the worst way to go would be burning, because I think you would feel that shit for a long time before you got the disconnect. I think that'd be a bad way.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that would be a good way to go.
Yeah, but I could see why the drowning thing and people are brought back. They would then be able to discuss the euphoria. It's like people who have near-death experiences.
If you're in a bath early, like
we'll go. I'll hold you under a bit longer than you want. There's don't
do that.
No, yeah. Hashtag don't. No, not hashtag. Asterisk star. Do not do as we say. There's a documentary on Netflix. It's called something like Coming Back from Death or something like that. I don't know.
Well, there's lots of stuff from like basically your brain getting starved of oxygen, because that's that like what they call the little CO2 canister things.
The nitrogen gas.
Yeah.
Nitrogen gas. Yeah. Have you ever done that?
No. Yeah, we spoke about it, haven't we? I think. Yeah.
Some people I know may have done it.
Yeah, because that's, I think, a similar thing. Like you're starving your brain of oxygen, and then you go into a state of euphoria, but it's very short lived because of that. Short, yeah. But no, I've never tried it. That became really popular. Well, like I knocked most drugs on the head. Like,
I know. You go out. When I worked on the doors after a night out, if you walk through the high streets of most major towns, you'd see these little canisters all over the floor. Yeah. That's what they were, nitrogen canisters.
Yeah,
people just smash them
because like I used to do a fair bit of fun things when I was a kid. Like I probably did them quite early on compared to a lot of people. Like I stopped taking drugs when I was like 17. When I met Emma, and like knocked pretty much everything that I'd done on the head.
What were you doing?
So I've done
bit of heroin, bit of crack, bit of meth.
Yeah. So I smoked a lot of weed, as most people do.
I don't think
mushrooms.
Oh, you did mushrooms?
Yeah, I did mushrooms a couple times.
To a level of where you
wasn't consistent. Like
you were just taking it because you thought it'd be fun. You weren't trying to go on like any kind of spiritual.
No. I was a very young kid when I did that. I was probably like 13 when I took mushrooms. Yeah,
really?
I just hallucinated pretty bad.
What did you see?
Boats in the air.
Boats in the air.
Yeah. So like as if I was at sea.
A speedboat or
No, like your traditional kind of sailboat.
Okay.
Like a little single
like a painting sailboat.
Yeah, literally like just saw loads of those. Like just as if I was stranded and I felt like I was stranded. I felt like the feeling of helplessness. Well, that I would imagine you would have if you were just in the middle of the ocean, just nothing around.
Hope.
But I was sat on a sofa, and I could just see these boats like passing around in the distance. And yeah, it was a very unsettling feeling. Didn't like it at all.
No. This is what I don't like about the idea of mushrooms is that they are this kind of hit and miss journey. So they can either be incredibly eye-opening, make you at one with nature, make you appreciate everything about the earth, or you can be being chased by a crazy giant purple dinosaur.
Yeah,
it's just bizarre.
Everything felt a bit weird. I can't say like colours were more vibrant. It wasn't really that. It was just everything was like, I suppose everything was just like sensitivity was turned up, and then there was like this other layer on top of everything, which
it's impossible to describe, isn't it? I mean, what the visuals of psychedelics, they're impossible to describe.
Yeah. I've done speed a few times. Never
really.
Yeah.
Oh, we've actually I remember saying so. It's funny, isn't it? We have conversations and my brain just goes meh, and then it just shifts them into some kind of little dungeon at the back until you re-mention it, and then I go, oh yeah. It's like a slow motion. It's just like there's something at the back that unlocks a ching 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 and goes, and it's like, yes, you've heard this before.
But like so fortunately, before kind of I had much access to any more kind of heavier drugs.
Thank God.
I was all of this happened when I was still at school.
Which is crazy because your brain would have still been developing at that
Oh
stage.
yeah, 100%. And I smoked a lot of weed from quite a young age. So I definitely think that probably hindered some of my.
It probably hindered your education,
function.
the way you were viewed educationally, which is probably why you are smarter than your qualifications from school would ever dictate.
I think I actually more contribute this to my grandparents, but I always felt like I had better context of where I was at than everybody else that was at school, because everyone was so consumed with it, and they were like, oh God, if I don't do well at school, or other people were just like not interested, but still kind of like felt shit about themselves, whereas I was just like, school's fun. I get to hang out with my mates.
I know, you described that before.
And I was just like, I fucking love school. And like when something had come up, I was just like, oh well, what are they gonna do? Tell me off.
You had a very good overall view of life at that point already. I think you'd experienced so much so early that it kind of set you on a really almost sturdy thought process. You were very, very analytical about it. Just like you saw just the hierarchy and the limitations of it.
Yeah, I was just like
very early on.
Yeah, I was just like, this is like, when am I ever gonna get to hang out with my mate? I remember my nan always used to tell me, "Youth is wasted on the young," and that used to like I remember being in primary school, and she was very like that was something that she told me a lot. Youth is wasted on the young, and I was like, it's not gonna be wasted on me. I'm gonna have a fucking good time. Maybe not the message that my nan was trying to give me. It's just like, do whatever the fuck you want and go do some drugs and fuck school. That's my interpretation of it. But then like I met my missus when I was 17, and she was she's never done drugs. She's very against that kind of thing. And I was just like, well, I'm done with it now.
Yeah, I'm not for the pointless drugs.
Well, me and Emma have been together. I was talking about this the other day, actually. Me and Emma have been together like, I don't know, 13 years or something like that. And I can count on one hand the amount of time she's seen me drunk.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's mad though that you went through such an extreme to then pull yourself so far back. But
it's just reminded me actually. It's funny. One of our members, Sarah. I get on really well with Sarah. She's a vet, and when we were having some trouble with our dog, you
talked about her before, yeah.
Yeah, she really helped us out and completely went out of her way to make sure that we were able to look after Lanza as much as possible in these last couple of months. And she was absolutely brilliant, and she's a good mate. I really enjoy talking to her. And when it was the other day, we were talking about something, and Sarah knows a little bit about my past because somebody who she works with actually went to school with me. So and Dan, who I went to school with, so Me and Dan used to get on really well. We were in form together, but he was the opposite. He was a head boy.
Yeah, he's good.
Really well behaved, really like academically intelligent. He's a vet.
His parents hated you having around the house.
I never went over his house.
You
Like
didn't?
we just got on well at school. We never like hung out together, but we
right.
just got on great. We always would talk, but we never like went like I used to hang around with people that would fight and do drugs and get pissed in alleyways, and he probably didn't. But like at school, we got on really well. To be fair, I was saying in general, our year was brilliant. It was a good community. But anyway, and she works with this guy Dan, and kind of heard some stories about what I used to be like, because I was not really not the Lewis that most people would know now in terms of like having a business and doing all the things, being a bit more level-headed. And anyway, so we were actually talking about my brother-in-law Liam's and the manager of the gyms, his stag do, and things that went on his stag. And so it was a really fucking hot day when he had his stag. It was like the hottest day of the year, and we went paintballing. And it was outside. We had to wear black jumpsuits, and several of us got heat stroke. Several of us were, started throwing up during paintballing. It was really bad, and so we had a really rough day. We all, like most of us, had mild heat stroke, and we ended up going out in Birmingham on the night
With the heat stroke.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And like I was already told, just make sure you look after Liam, and I was like, I'm not like one of those guys to play somebody up if they don't want to play it up.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to be fucked around with, and I'd like other people to respect that.
Yeah.
Other people that are fully in for just doing stupid shit and getting played up, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Someone fucks around with me, I'm gonna punch you in the face. That's how I've always been. It's like I'll tell you straight if I'm happy with something.
Yeah.
If I'm not,
Don't do it.
that's the line.
Yeah.
And Liam was like, I don't want anything to go too mad. So I was like, right, I'm going to make sure I'm looking after you. Several things went on in the night. One of them, we were in a club, and this is the first time going out in a club in Birmingham for a good few years. In a relationship, don't need to do that shit anymore.
Yeah.
And everyone here was like, everyone's 12 years old. What the fuck's happened? They were all probably 18, but like now being at this point like mid-20s, everyone looked like they were 12 years old, which was a bit weird because I was like, I kind of feel old now. This is a bit strange. And anyway, so we were all on the dance floor at one point, just having a dance, and like just a group of lads, just fucking having a dance and dicking around. We'd all been drinking most of the, for a good few hours at this point. And no, I'm okay, thank you, mate. This random, very drunk woman just like makes her way through our crowd to Liam.
She knew there was a stag do going on there.
Well, I don't know. No, I don't think she did.
Really?
Hammered, and literally like jumps on him, and she's like all over him, grinding up him, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" and I was there, like literally. So they're right in front of me. I'm stood directly to the side of them, and I'm just keeping my eye on her because I'm like, this is a bit. It was very forward, very quickly. And she was like
a bit like a setup, doesn't it? You'd be like,
something just didn't seem right.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, what the fuck? Because it was really weird because she literally burst through our little crowd of guys that were all dancing together.
Knew who he was.
She just kind of like came through and then just spotted him and was like, oh, and then just went all over him. I was like, fair enough. Liam's a beautiful man.
Is he a beautiful guy?
Yeah, he is. I'd fuck him.
Good looking fella.
Yeah, I'd fuck him. And and anyway, so like she was really up close to him, and then she was like, for a long moment, she was like staring into his eyes, and I was like, oh god, what's gonna go on? And then she started reaching in, and I literally just went and like put my hand in between her. She literally went to kiss him. She ended up kissing the back of my hand because I intercepted their faces. And Liam was just like, nope. And then Liam was just like, stag do, getting married, and she just literally didn't say anything, turned around, and then just started dancing with some other guy who was out with us, who was single, and just like carried on going. So yeah, it was really, really bizarre. And,
How odd. She must have been off it.
Yeah, and then later on that night, we went to a strip club because Liam had never been to a strip club. So
can we just say they're the most pointless things ever?
It was.
Why would you pay to be wound up, right? When you could, there's an entire town full of women on outside of the strip club, where you have to probably make a little more effort, but spend less money to probably actually achieve something physical.
Yeah. Well, so we'll go.
They're bizarre to me, strip clubs. I don't get it. Because when I was in a rugby team, I used to go. every like I don't know, twice a year because somebody's birthday or something. Something was going on.
Yeah, something.
And somebody was like, strip club. And you're like, yeah, cool, all right. And I just sit through it until we got to leave.
Yeah.
And then the amount of they woke up and asked you if you want to buy them a drink. And you're like,
no, I'll buy myself a drink though.
Bizarre. If you go to strip clubs, please enlighten me as to why. And also, if you would like some coaching on how to talk to real women, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
I can help you there.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
Just don't be a douche.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on. Strip club.
So yeah, we went to this strip club, and Liam was like, he told me what his inner monologue was like because he's such a geek. He plays loads of games, and he went into the strip club and was in there, and he's just like, oh, it's just like in GTA. that was his thought process. And like, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it was pretty much just like in GTA. A smoky room with strobe lights and questionable women with fake boobs shaking their tits.
What is there a game? Is it GTA where you can go and you can throw money at them?
Yeah, it's GTA.
That's GTA.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what happened. And then one of the guys that Liam used to work with, Raj, kind of leaned over and was like, "I'm gonna pay for Liam to get a special dance." It's like, anyone want to chip in and we'll get him something really special. And we're like, yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds fun. We'll like make like
a backroom dance.
Yeah, just like
you'd already done the palm hand.
Yeah,
earlier on, and you're about to let him in for a special dance.
And then like basically, I was away from the group of guys. I was sat next to the other guy, Darren, who's also in a long-term relationship, and we just sat there. Girls would occasionally come and sit next to us, and we're like, no. And then we're just like, I'll just sit there and have my drink, and then just watch the girl who was on stage dancing, and like that was it. What was more entertaining was actually watching this really rich, middle-aged, fat, bald guy throwing thousands. Honestly, mate, he must have gone through a couple of grand.
How bizarre. On
these girls, and like, and he was just like firing it out to them, and then the next one come up doing the same, and then they were just sat next to him, and like, it was. So weird. For me, I was just like, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But anyway, so then later on, so Liam didn't have a best man; he had a best woman because his best friend from school, Zoe, basically then found out that things had been escalating.
That's really cool.
Yeah, things had been escalating in terms of in terms of what this dance was going to be, and it effectively turned into getting him up on stage, stripping him off, and beating him. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen then. But they had already put money into this, and they'd paid the club, and they were going to do it. And they had these like girls that had like this fucking BDSM gear, and one of them was a big, like, she wasn't overweight, but she was tall. She was a
taking no shit,
intimidating looking woman. And Zoe literally came up to me and was like, Lewis, I need you to do something. There's like, it's gonna go wrong. And I was just like, right, okay, I'll sort it.
Yeah.
Went out the back. I was in like the corridor, basically arguing with one of the members of staff on reception, the manager, and two strippers, arguing, saying like, nope, you're not going to beat him. It's just like, we're just going to beat him a little bit. I was like, no, you're not beating him at all. And at first it was just like, and then one of the other guys, Oliver, who came in, and he was just like, we haven't got anything to beat him with. I was like, that's fine, you don't need anything. And Oliver's there taking off his belt, going, you can beat him with this. And I was like, no, you're not beating him. Sound
kind of awesome.
Yeah, and
it's better than strip clubs I went
and I was
to.
just like, look, just take him in for a normal dance. They were like, okay, but can we take his clothes off? And I was like, no, we're in a strip club. You take your clothes off. He keeps his clothes on. And
you were strict.
Yeah, we had like a.
I'd have let them take his clothes.
No, I was like, I'm not letting Liam have anything that he doesn't want happen to him. I was like, and also I've got a responsibility to like make sure his wife's not pissed off with him the next day as well. I was just like, I'm trying to like, I want him to look out for me.
Compared to what happens on a lot of stag do's, that would have been tame.
Exactly, it is, but that's
especially
what he
the
wanted.
Amsterdam-based ones, Christ.
That's what he wanted. So like, as well, like, I want to make sure that somebody would look out for me in that situation.
That's true.
And anyway, the whole point of this, Sarah, when we were telling her this story, was like, I can't believe, knowing what you used to be like, you were that kind of strict with it all. And I was just like, well, I just wanted to make sure he was happy and he enjoyed it. And he just had a normal dance in the back with two girls. And at the end, they were just like, you pay me 1,000?
What?
And he was like,
oh, for the extra special treatment.
Yeah, and he was just like, no.
1,000.
And he was like, okay, 800. He's like,
right, let's
no.
just break that down. Yeah. Good story, by the way, but let's break that down. £1,000. Mm-hmm. So an average meal out for two people, including some drinks, is probably like 60, 65 quid. Let's call it. Let's say you're balling and you're spending 100 quid on that meal. That's 10 dates to try and get yourself laid. And let's assume you're not an utter tard. I'm going to assume date 3.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be quite, because you've narrowed down the stat. You've probably lowered your standard a bit.
You're not spending £1,000.
Yeah.
And any stretch of the imagination, I'm going to suggest you're spending, in today's day and age, about 25 quid.
Yeah.
To do it. So how is a stripper commandeering £1,000? Because one, you're probably riddled.
Well, within 30 seconds, because Liam was like, no, and she was like, okay, 800, and he was like, no, and she was like, okay, 500, and he was just like, I have no money, I don't want anything, can I go? And so basically the price halved within seconds. So
well, there you go. Anyone going to the strip clubs?
If you do want to do it, barter with
barter. Keep saying no. See how low you can get them.
Yeah. So, but like, well, I don't know. It was the thing was like, if I was single, I would never be going to a strip club.
Not
never
a
be
chance,
trying
dude.
to do that.
Not a goddamn
and
chance.
And this isn't meant to be mean. Like, none of them were even in the realms of
let's
like.
say that if you're going to a strip club for that intention, sure you want dime pieces up there.
I think that was the thing that was surprising.
You want stuff up there that is out of your realms of your dreams for £1,000.
That was the thing that was surprising. I was just like, if I was single, I wouldn't even try to pull any of them.
Here's an idea. Lewis and I will set up a one-on-one talk for 800 quid, and we'll teach you how to not be a douche around women, be a decent fella, and make ladies actually like you for who you are.
Yeah, we'll spend way more than a lap dance with you.
I mean, we'll wear the PVC if you really want.
Yeah. I've got it already. It's on underneath this. Like, if anyone wants to pay us 800 quid, we will fully teach you the ways of getting birds.
I'll wingman you on a night out.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I definitely would. We would go out with you,
dude. For 800 quid, I would go out on a night out with you and wingman you the whole way. And,
we would make sure that
we would guarantee. Yeah, dude.
I don't know about guaranteeing.
We won't guarantee anything because we don't know what you look like or what your tendencies are.
Yeah.
But we try our best.
Yeah, 100%. Like, fuck, I've wingman quite a few times, and it's a brilliant position to be in. I actually think...
Dude, I missed a relationship, so I was always wingman.
I think... Yeah, me too. I think that actually, in hindsight, being a wingman is a really good tool to learn to get you better at communicating with women.
Yeah.
Like,
because you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because you don't care, because you have no intentions in that situation. So you can approach somebody for somebody else and talk to them, and there's no stress because...
And there's a free lesson.
Yeah.
Fellas.
Yeah.
Lesson rule number 1.
Rule number 1, wingman for other people, and it'll be improving your skill at pulling.
And don't care.
Yeah.
If someone says no, you know what happens? Your life carries on. It ain't the end of the world. And on that,
we need to get onto the questions.
That absolute wisdomness that we've imparted with you, we're going to move on to your questions from the usual Q&A.
My ankle click there.
That is you are a clicky person.
I am. Let's see if
you're like one of those spinny things, from the olden days.
Yeah, lots of my knees.
All right, let's refresh it. So we got the new questions. Let's get through me having a dance in the kitchen, weighing myself, running around the garden, flexing my quad so that you can see how retarded it is. Literally, if I just lower my leg, lower your leg. Let me watch your leg muscle. Bugger all. Right, watch this. So if I flex my quad, right, there's nothing else there. There's no invisible weight on the end of my foot. Watch me when I lower my leg. Look, all that activation in the muscle. And that's just simply putting my leg back down. And it's just like, whoa! It's extreme. It's doing the equivalent of a quad air guitar.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, and that's because all the muscles starting to fire again with the leg training. That's how fucked up they've been for 18 months.
Body weight, leg extension.
Madness.
Foot weight. That's literally lifting your own leg.
Here we go. Ooh, there's quite a few, mate.
Ooh, let's get rocking.
Clickety fire. We're probably going to go over an hour and a half, you lucky devils.
They got like 2 hours last time.
You did. We're not going that far this time.
No,
we
come on.
We want to go get Chinese.
Let's knock them out.
At this point, the Chinese might be shut, mate.
Fuck.
You know what they're like? You order from website.
Yeah.
And I go, I tried to order from website. Website shut.
Yeah, they're very aggressive.
They know their business. They're like, we've made enough tonight. We don't want to cook anymore.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Fuck you. No more Chinese for you. In our diet phase, by the way, macros, if you've not seen it, Shredded with Life series is up and out. I literally did an entire how to develop your own macros episode in the last episode. And macros is the wonder of being able to eat what you want because you're hitting targets, which would mean we can have a Chinese. No, it went up on Thursday.
Oh, I've not watched that one yet.
Oh, yeah, so yesterday.
Yeah. I've not watched that one yet.
Yeah, it's a nice little intro to it. I was very pleased with a new fellow I was trying on the old videos. Fair play, he did really well. Well done, Jake.
What do you think about no fap and no porn? I think it's stupid. Next question.
Oh, no, I want to say something like that. So, no fapping, no porn. So, there is actually scientific evidence. It's not necessarily the fapping, the wanking, if you don't know what fapping is. There is actually stuff about, like, basically desensitizing your brain with excessive watching of porn.
Why do you always have to take my really simple answer and give a bloody good reason as to why it was a stupid thing to say?
Well,
That is absolutely, yes.
Keeping it brief.
Don't listen to me. Listen to what Lewis is saying right now.
Keeping it brief. It's not actually masturbation that's the issue. The issue comes from excessive use of porn and that overstimulus. As humans, we're meant to have, limited access to
Sex.
To sex, yeah.
Really?
Like, to a certain extent, we're not going to be with a different partner every single night, every day of the week. You might be because you're fucking Lex, but
No, but I'm saying as in, like, imagine like the caveman.
No.
Surely there was a harem for the people.
Yeah, but it's not. There's still limitations to that, and it's still, you know what I mean. We're not made for that overstimulate. Like, we can watch porn and see 30 different pussies in fucking 10 minutes.
That was
like,
aggressive.
But that's
No,
what
I'm
it is.
saying,
Like,
yeah.
we're overstimulated.
Also, can I say one thing, dudes? Don't try and treat girls like porn stars.
Yeah.
When you're in the bedroom, that shit is not normal. And to be quite honest with you, it's not enjoyable. It's weird positions, it's odd, and it's done for the camera angles, not enjoyment.
Half the shit that goes on in porn, like, you don't need to slap a vagina.
I mean, if she's saying do that, then fair enough.
I've never met
But
anyone
don't just go in high-fiving vaginas like that's a normality.
High five!
High five! Oh, this is nice. Oh, no thank you, please.
So, yeah, okay, some people might be into it, but
Of course, if someone's into everything. I mean,
the vast majority of people, that's probably not the go-to. Like, don't take your inspiration from porn. But anyway, it's the overstimulus, there's desensitization, multiple other things. But there is actually a lot more information on NoFap and actually a bit of scientific kind of backing behind it and how that actually can have other effects in terms of... I can't remember exactly what it is that it impacts.
Well, it would affect the way in which you're able to affiliate with another normal human being because they're not going to be of that mindset and you're going in with this warped idea of what sex is going to be.
Especially
in a younger mind.
Oh, 100%. So there's the sexual ramifications of it, but also then there's the other things in terms of motivation because of like basically your kind of your reward system is overwhelmed. So then when you go and train and have a good session and feel good about yourself, that's nothing.
Do you know what's a really easy one for blokes to get this to? You know, if you've watched too many videos of Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, Sean Ray, all the classic bodybuilders, because that's all I watch. Sorry, guys, I don't watch the new guys. They're all big bloated messes. But say you watch those for too long during the day and then you go look at yourself in the mirror and you look like an absolute dweeb, even if you're not a dweeb and you look great, you'll look shit in your mind's eye because you've adjusted the way in which you view the world on muscle. Yeah. Because you've looked at these extreme versions and that's what you're doing with porn and sex, and Lou's absolutely right.
Yeah. And also for self-confidence for guys as well, if you're looking at porn, because like, think about this. If you're a porn star, you're not going to go in there with a normal dick. Like, all porn stars are going to have...
Although sometimes you do wonder why some of them are in there.
Yeah, okay, but the vast majority... Yeah. So, like,
but
again...
do you ever have those ones you're looking and you go,
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I could be in porn.
I could take him out in a sword fight.
Yeah, yeah, like, there's definitely that. Like, I think... You've just got to be aware, in the very similar sense as potentially the fitness industry can, when you're looking at people that are competitive bodybuilders day in, day out, and you're like looking at yourself and like, oh man, I'm so shit compared to them. Yeah. It's the same situation. These people make a living from this.
It's not even though that you think I'm shit compared to them. You literally change the way your eye is viewing a body. Yeah. I've done it. I've gone and then walked past myself in the mirror and thought, and because I've been, and it's not been I've not linked it mentally. I've not noticed the reason.
That's hot without.
Yeah, without the ice. I've had it without the ice, but then I realised I might need to drive for the Chinese, so I stopped. But it is hot without the ice. Yeah, we're on about the whiskey again, guys. Sorry, not porn.
Well, maybe both.
But I didn't even link the two. I just walked past the mirror and realised I felt shit about the way I looked. And earlier in the morning, I hadn't. And then I linked it afterwards. Going,
body too small for you, isn't it?
You're looking at too many fucking professional
too many dicks.
And same if you're looking at too many, if you're looking at that. Listen, a very, very good point. The only reason
this is totally going to be the thumbnail.
100% the thumbnail
size.
definitely going to be a weird thumbnail for this one, which we need to do a goddamn photo for, please.
We will do it.
Because every week we don't have one, I have to make one up. The reason I said what you think about no fap, no porn is I immediately went to that fight theory of no sex before fighting.
Yeah. That's
and
bullshit.
Completely disproven.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
So in that sense, no. But in loose sense, 100%. Guys, yeah, turn the porn off a little bit, go find some real women and enjoy a good time with a connection. Dude, without connection, it's pointless for me. I may as well heat a watermelon up in the microwave and have a go.
Do it like, what's his name? Who did that?
American Pie, Apple Pie.
No, the bodybuilder. Fucking.
Oh, Kai Green with the
Kai
grapefruit.
Green, yes, grapefruit. That was one.
Destroyed a grapefruit with his truncheon. Can we all just agree that Kai is gay and nobody cares? So Kai, just be gay.
Be gay, yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Nobody cares, mate. You look awesome.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to watch any of the Lokis that we talked about? That well done. So there you go. We're ahead of your game on that one. Yeah. Dark or gold rum? Which do you prefer? Dark for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Actually, I do have a question. Well, that's what the point of the post was. It's like he's just speaking his mind.
Actually, I do have a question.
Do the CREWCast question time? Do I? Oh, actually,
actually,
this week I do, and I'm joining in. Yeah. Well, Callum Roke, what's your question? I'll tell you, Lex. Here's my question.
I do have one.
You're the drunk guy from the Far Show at this point. It's good. Can you do a video on how you edit your photos? Very interesting. I could do. I don't know if it would do very well, but
I'd do that, mate.
I will include it. I'll include it in a vloggy or something.
One thing.
I'll tell you what I can do. I can do a physique update, and I can show you like a raw picture, and then go. And just so you know, this is how people would edit it, so I will look better than I actually am. So I'm going to show you the raw, but here's what you might see online.
Yeah, 100%. So one of the photographers who works with us, Tom. He's a photographer. He's a coach as well. Just a couple of things, but he did this thing on his story where he would like show you the process as he'd go through a bit on Lightroom, a bit on Photoshop, and like give you the end product, and he'd go step by step. And I fucking loved watching like so you'd tap.
Was he showing the movement of the mouse and stuff on it? Was it just
no? It was literally like full picture,
start,
then
middle, and finish.
There'd be like a few transitions as he'd go through like each phase. So he'd like adjust the color.
Yeah.
He'd clear stuff off the back, clutter off the background, stuff like that. And he just like each slide would show you another thing, and it would tell you what he's done.
Yeah.
So it was really straightforward, and he broke it down. So each image might have only had 3 to 5 stages. So he kind of chunked it together. But I really enjoyed that. And somebody who was dabbling with like stuff with Adobe and a bit of like Lightroom stuff.
I can't get on with Photoshop. It's a very consuming program. So I don't tend to use Photoshop. I do, however, use Lightroom, and that is adjusting colors, contrast, shadows, lighting, and all stuff like that.
It's amazing what you can do. It's wizardry.
But you take a picture in RAW as a rule. So a lot of you guys are trying to edit. Don't try and edit a picture that you've taken on something that is already editing the picture when it takes it. So if you take something from a normal camera or just your phone and you don't have a RAW option, you have to understand that your camera is basically putting a filter over the top of everything already and removing a lot of information, and then that reduces the amount you can edit that picture once it's already, because it's already technically been edited by the camera itself to give you this ready to go image in theory. You need to shoot things in RAW, and you'll be able to then push colors way higher, take highlights and deal with light way easier, and that's how you end up with a really nice edited photo that doesn't look overly edited. And that's a big trick of shooting in RAW. But yeah, I can do that. I will actually. I think it's quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm not a photographer. I could
do one that is basically
do an IGTV or something.
Yeah, or do one that's focused around the fact that people are seeing highlights and why you should be careful about just comparing yourself to things online and why, and show you how I take. Here's an image where I look good, and now here's one where I look.
You should definitely put that out, even if it's just a real short video. It only needs to be 5 minutes.
Yeah,
you haven't got to make that into like a big thing.
Yeah,
I'd happily watch that.
Cool.
I find it interesting.
Good idea. Thanks, Callum. Not really a question, but hope you're both doing well. Well, thank you very much. Oh, that's Callum again.
Cheers, mate.
Just followed it up. Cheers, buddy.
Thanks, Carl.
Good luck on the Shredded with Life journey. You are going to smash it. Cheers, buddy. That's a dragon chest. Oh, yes, I know the boy.
Yeah,
I know the boy. Yes. Good to see you still going, pal.
I'm pretty sure he's been to the gym. Dragon chest. That rings a bell.
Yeah, he's quite committed. He's always in shape.
I'm pretty sure he's been down to BCB.
Dragon chest again. Who do you think will win the boxing match, Eddie Hall or Thor? Ooh, did you know what? I originally thought Eddie Hall.
I think Thor.
But now Thor's dropped all the weight, shows his commitment, and he's bigger. If he can work a jab and just keep the distance, he could wear Eddie out.
Yeah, I've
But I just feel like Eddie's going to catch him with a big overhand right.
Yeah, I've kind of ummed and ahed. I do think that just from purely based on the size difference, I think Hafthor is just so much longer as a person. Eddie's going to have to work really hard.
Yeah.
So being as they're both going to have very limited skill, let's be honest. They don't get me wrong, they've got way better, but they're not. This isn't going to be any kind of masterclass.
I felt at the beginning Eddie dropped weight quick,
Yeah.
and he was working hard, and I thought, and Thor hadn't dropped the weight, he was still lifting, and I thought, Thor's not willing to drop the size. It's an ego thing, but Thor's dropped like, what's he dropped? Something stupid like 60 pounds already. He's looks in my opinion, looks the best he's ever looked.
Yeah, he's lean.
He should stay like this.
good.
Don't go back to that big lumpy bugger.
Yeah.
He's not competing anymore, is he?
I have no idea what he plans on doing in the future.
But then I thought Eddie, and then I was watching Eddie train and stuff. I thought, he's going for it here.
Yeah.
And Thor was looking a bit laboured on the bag. He wasn't looking very snappy. But then Eddie hasn't really improved. When something looks like his hands are super low. He's on a punch bag. He was on a punch bag the other day. He was doing a video, and he was hitting it in the middle of the back. I'm like, dude, you're fighting someone who's 6'8" or something.
You're punching Hafthor
and you're punching at your waist height. Yeah. What are you doing?
I watched that exact video and I was just like, oh, you have
This
not got a
is
chance.
not looking good. Yeah, if that continues, I'm going Thor.
I was going to say, and that was his highlights.
Yeah, wasn't good.
And like Hafthor's been having actual fights. Like he's had like 3 or 4 fights now.
Very true.
Which like Eddie had
hasn't,
none.
and that's a big thing for the adrenaline dump and everything like that. Getting used to being in that ring and getting used to being throwing shots. And
has Eddie been punched in the face recently? Because that is different.
It's changed my opinion.
What's the saying? Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
100%. Yeah, and it's very different.
Fucking tell me about it.
But it's a thing as well, you need to be sparring so that you're not like blinking when you get hit all the time or shying away. It's a huge factor.
Yeah.
First thing I realised when I went back after I hadn't fought for ages was someone threw a punch at me and my eyes blinked and I kind of turned a little bit away from the punch, even though I didn't want to. My body did it as a reaction. I was like, what the hell's that? I was like, oh, I need to train that mechanism back in.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't flinch. That's something that people...
Oh, God damn it, camera.
God damn it.
Gosh darn it. So I did everything right, but the card just filled up because we're shooting the log now to make it look prettier. So sorry, there is a bloody another black, even though I tried my best.
God damn.
Sorry, YouTubers. Anyway, yeah, so I think we're edging towards Thor at this point.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's changed my mind, yeah. Okay.
We aren't doing these very quickly.
It's all right, we started again recording now, so we're cool. We'll get through them. Vampires or werewolves? Vampire.
Yeah, vampires. Yeah.
Cool. Just because they have more control. Werewolves seem to be, they can't change at will as in most of the rulings. They're quite limited in that sense.
Yeah, vampires. But not these like sparkly shit vampires.
Underworld vampires.
Ooh, Underworld.
Yeah.
Lost Boys vampires.
Nah, they're pretty shite.
Yeah, but they were cool.
Good film.
Yeah, I love that film.
Was that film?
They all wore leather jackets, though, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Craig CLFC has gone ham.
Craig David.
What school sports day event should be made an Olympic sport?
Egg and spoon race.
That's exactly what I was going to say. or the sack race.
Yeah,
that was funny. Broken any gym equipment? No.
I've broken wrist straps.
I've had a cable snap on me. Yeah. And I've broke wrist straps, yeah.
Yeah.
But not like anything big, no.
No, we're too weak.
We're just nice. We don't fuck stuff up. Actually, there's some guys in the gym the other day releasing the weight on the seated row, doing it heavy, but then on the final rep where they got it up, they just didn't even bother with the negative. Just boom, back down. Just look at it. No one's looking at you like you're cool. Everyone's looking at you like twat.
Yeah.
Don't be a twat.
Yeah.
If you can't control the weight down, you haven't made that rep.
Yeah.
End.
And you fucking, if you did that in our place, we'd be pulling you up on that straight away.
Yeah. Well, the problem is 24-hour gym where I am, so it was late at night. There's no staff there at that time. But I'd be pissed off. I almost felt like sending a message to the guy who runs it, because obviously I got invited down there to go and try to train there, which is what I do. And I felt like I had an obligation to be like, just so you know.
Yeah.
People smashing your equipment up here.
Yeah. Because that, like, equipment still...
People think it's not designed for that on a stack. It's not designed for it. Powerlifting places and places like that, the special areas to do your powerlifting. Yeah. You can let the weights go onto those specific floors made for that shit. Mm-hmm. A stack, you're smashing metal against metal.
Yeah, like you're just gonna damage something. 100%. And
cables gonna get damaged. Weights gonna get damaged. Well, for what purpose?
Yeah,
for you to make no gains because of your shit lift.
Yeah, you
literally fuck everyone else's days.
You're lifting poorly. You're gonna cost the gym money, and there's a good chance, well, indefinitely, that equipment will be out of use for a little bit of time. So it'll probably fuck up your workout as well as everyone else's.
Yeah. Don't be a twat.
Yeah.
Control your weights. Biggest example of when you were overconfident and things went wrong. There's so many, and it's usually when I think something's going to be funny because I'm going to try something, not thinking it's going to work, and then it works. Like the time I kicked a football from the other side of the football pitch at a teacher's head, thinking, well, it's never going to hit it, and I hit it so perfect, I cracked him so hard on the back of the head from like the other side of the pitch. Just all stuff like that.
Yeah.
Little situations like that, pretty much.
If I'm honest, I probably don't have too many of those. I'm
Sliding my car around in the ice and twatting it into a curb and buckling wheels. Because I'd done like 8 good slides before it.
Yeah.
With the handbrake. And then, getting cocky, then slide from bang. All little stuff like that, dumb stuff.
To be honest, I'm pretty reserved with stuff like that. I'm confident, but I'm careful.
Yeah, calculated. What would you want to have named after you when you're gone? It'd be cool to have a good theme song
Yeah.
that was rocking, that would live on. That'd be cool.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I think I'd be really happy with a bench in a real good, beautiful location.
Really?
Yeah.
Lame.
When I like, because I often go out for walks, and when I see somebody's bench, and I'll read what the plaque says, and I'll always
Yeah,
like
that is
say,
true.
I'll just say like, "You're right, Steve," or whatever their
Do
name
you?
is. Yeah, and I'll just be like, "Thanks, mate." I just think that's nice. It's obviously
is
that
nice,
some of their family members have put that there because that was a space that they like to be at. So I
I
thought,
just feel like the bench is not going to last that long.
no, it probably won't. But
It's going to deteriorate and disappear. Maybe.
I don't know.
Here you go.
It's not the bench that.
What about a marble seating area?
Yeah,
There you
it's,
go.
for me, it's not the bench. Isn't the tribute? It's the view.
Yes. Oh, okay. Cool. So you want a view named after you?
I suppose so. I'm gonna sit on Steve and look at this view.
Have you been to the loo recently?
Yeah.
It's beautiful up there.
I'm quite aware as well.
Not the best in the English language to say that there.
No. My default name, if I'm thinking of a random name, will be Steve. I say that quite often.
Mine's Dave.
Is it?
Yeah.
Steve and Dave.
Stephen Dave.
So our alter egos. That is.
Mr. Lewis, one for you. Who would be the top 3 people you'd like to come and train at BCB?
Matt Ogus for certain. I've already
yeah,
said this
said that,
before.
yeah.
Chris Lovato as well.
That's it.
Because OGs of Gymshark, I watched them a lot when I was a kid, along with Lex when I was younger, and probably Stallone.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a complete like different reasoning, but like Stallone because he's still in great shape, absolute fucking legend.
Yeah,
I really wanted The Rock as well, just because he's so big right now, like.
What, stature-wise or
Both,
known-wise?
just in terms of like his presence right now.
Looking forward
He
to
is.
Black Adam.
I am, to be fair.
I'm just amazed they've not named it Grey Adam.
Yeah, actually, that is a bit surprising. So yeah, that's where I'd be at right now.
Well, I think it's
Who said that?
It's a make or break for me. This one.
Who asked that one?
It's still Craig going.
Oh, is it
He's
Craig?
done 6 questions or more.
Well done,
He's
mate.
gone mad. Lex, any collabs that you haven't done yet that you'd like to? Yeah, I was supposed to do something with Eddie Hall actually.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually sat down.
Well, you said he's not going to win now, so you gotta fucking watch out.
No, I said I thought he was gonna win, but then the way it's been going, Thor seems to be progressing a bit more. So Eddie needs to like start getting in some, having some matches and
You could
sparring.
spar
a
with
bit.
him.
Well, that's why I thought it'd be funny. We'd take body shots from him. I reckon I could take a few.
Yeah.
I'm confident.
I need to see this.
Yeah, I actually had a really good idea of him using me as a weight for an entire weight session.
Yeah.
Just like because he's
But he does shit like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. I'll ask once I catch up. I'm bringing on all. I think someone's just making a statement here that they've started listening to us and they'll ask a question once they've caught up with everything. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Listen, the question box is for questions, though, not statements or stuff like that. I love the ones who tell us we hope we're all good. They're lovely, but I don't need a rundown of your current plans. When's the new merch coming? We've had this question before. Shit takes a while. So just give us time to do things. We are thinking of doing like a CREWCast merch line of things that will help you in your daily lives.
Yes. Yeah. It's just going to be like bits and pieces like notebooks and kind of
Stuff with purpose.
some stuff that's got function. We've been thinking about this
We've got a
stuff that's
few-
going to help
we've
people
been
be more
chatting in the
productive.
back. Yes, productivity will aid you. What conspiracy theories do you believe? I definitely 100% the 9/11. 100%. That was not just a plane flying into a goddamn building.
No, yeah, I was going to say, I remember seeing
Not a
a lot of
chance.
stuff about that.
The physics do not work.
No.
You break it down, it's nonsense.
I saw the Flat Earth series. No, I can't keep a straight face, sorry.
You're going to try and legit
I really
go
wanted to, but I wasn't able to.
It's so dumb, you can't even
I
give a
know.
straight face. I love it on the Flat Earth series when they go to that extent of having the lasers, like because they just invested in all the lasers to stretch over like miles to prove that there's no curve.
Yeah.
And then they get there and they're like, so here's the reading, and they go, and it's
Yeah,
and it completely proves there's a curve.
Yeah.
And then they get that other thing that's on about the orientation of the Earth, and it's some really like costs like 30 grand to get this piece of equipment that measures the orientation and the spin of the Earth and all that. And they get the readings back from it, and it completely says that it's a globe and it's spinning exactly as everything said. And they're like, it's got to be the electromagnetic pull. What we need is a lead box to put it in so we get a true reading, so we feel this is what the magnetism's affecting all this. And you're like, God, you're a bunch of dummies.
Yeah.
Dogs or cats? Dogs.
Yeah, I'll probably lean towards more dogs, but I love them both.
We've got a TV recommendation, Invincible on Prime.
Not seen it.
It's by the Walking Dead writer, and it's apparently really good. That's Brett versus Godzilla. Told us that one. Well, I'll have a look into that. Cheers, mate, because I rarely look on Prime because a lot of it's just cack.
Yeah, I haven't been on Prime for a little bit.
Can I get some great results with dumbbells at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can. You just have to really lift under concentrated stress. So that means making each rep work from positive to negative all the way through. We did it outside here. Yeah. Just before when you came, I was finishing up a garden workout with a pair of since you probably work out like 11 or 12 kilogram dumbbells.
I think it's 12.5 including
12, with the bar, 12 and a halves. And I did an entire bicep and shoulder workout with that single set of dumbbells, and they were killer.
Yeah.
You just have to lift with real strict form and slow and make shit burn, make it work. Try to defeat yourself earlier than you know you can do with the reps. Like force your body to have to work harder to be able to do less reps. That's the idea. First injury that made you change the way you train or train smart. I ripped out my left shoulder properly.
I dislocated my left shoulder.
So shoulders. Always a one mission. Well, it's a good one because it does make you think because it fucks up.
I actually dislocated it at work and then tried to squat that night and it popped out while I was squatting.
Jesus.
And then continued to pop out on a regular basis while back squatting. So
does that just heal? Or do you have to have
a
bit keyhole?
Healed, yeah. I literally just like
you're lucky, mate.
It would pop out during the set, and when I'd re-rack it and put my arm down, it'd like not plop back into place, and you could feel the shift of it. It was fucking horrible. So I ended up, in the end, it was about a year where I couldn't back squat and had to really hammer mobility work, like build up my rear delts, like rotator cuff.
Yeah,
a lot of
that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of kind of the muscles that support and stabilize your shoulder, and very, very gently and slowly over years rebuild.
It takes a long time to rebuild. Also, if you're doing rotator cuff work and it's hurting, stop doing it.
Yeah.
Because I did that for fucking ages, doing rotator cuff work, just thinking, well, it's going to hurt because it needs healing. No, you're aggravating the problem. Mm-hmm. So, just don't do that. Favourite show at the moment?
Rick and Morty. I've just started watching season 5.
Them? You haven't seen them all.
I only watched
lucky bastard.
literally yesterday. Last night I put on the start of season 5. I watched the first 2 episodes.
So good.
Brett messaged me because I put a little picture up on my story. And he was just like, "Oh, episode 3 is brilliant." And I was like, "I only watched the first 2, so I'm going to watch probably tomorrow night. I'll probably watch a couple of episodes."
Good. We can watch Rick and Morty now when we finish this.
I really, really enjoyed like this because the season 4 it didn't start off that great, and I was like, something felt a little bit off with it because there'd been a long hiatus between them, and it felt like they were trying too hard. Whereas this one it's pure, just like
I'd say there's another one that's done by the same people, and it's about Martians or something. What's it called?
Yeah, someone's told me about this.
It's brilliant.
Liam was telling me, the manager was
really
saying,
good.
And saying that it's like because the voice is the same. It's basically
it's
the same show,
animation
but
and
not.
everything. Yeah,
not.
it's brilliant. You can, just look up who's made Rick and Morty, and look up what else they've just done recently. It's really worth. I can't remember what the show's called though. Let people know in the comments if you do know the name of the show. Mm-hmm. Would you rather have no beard or no hair? Is this a choice? Are we shaving it off? If we're shaving it off, I'll go no beard because the hair's taking so goddamn long. But if we're going bald or having a beard, then I would keep my hair and lose the beard.
No beard for me.
Yeah.
I'm not really attached to it. It's just here because I haven't shaved.
Yeah. I like it, but if I'm going bald, if I've got the choice, I'm keeping the hair.
Yeah.
Diddly-do. How would I know roughly my body fat percentage without machines, or is there a cheap way for people who are stuck? You can get calipers, and you can have a go and get someone else to do the skin fold tests for you with calipers, and they're easy and cheap to buy. It'll get you in a ballpark, it's decent enough. Or
a lot of the time, if you talk to somebody who's fairly experienced,
they'll just be able to look at you,
and be like, okay.
Yeah.
But it's going to have to be in your pants because you need to see, because obviously some people are going to hold fat in other ways.
In your pants, unflexed, under normal lighting, but with good posture.
Yeah, there's some people that, like, probably within 1% would be able to pin you down.
Lex, where would you want to go on vacation? Are you going to take me? Is this very specific? Bali is my next one I want to go to.
Yeah, that's meant to be amazing.
Might be going for Christmas with the family. So that'd be cool.
Oh, but yeah, Bali does sound amazing. I have thought about that. Me and Emma are actually looking at potentially some kind of a ranching holiday in like Texas would be amazing.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, probably say that.
That's a cool one. That's very cool.
Horse riding and
I would be if you were to say the two of those and which one do you want to do. I would struggle to pick which one to do.
Yeah, being a cowboy for a couple of weeks.
Favorite source of protein that hasn't come from Mr. Lewis. It's solid, I like that. I really am. I'm into my minced lamb chilies at the moment. Yeah, and eggs.
I'd have to say probably eggs for me at the moment. Just easy. Don't feel guilty about eating an animal. Although don't fucking start going down there. Well, it could have been an animal. It's just like they're gonna lay the fucking eggs anyway.
Yeah.
Like so, yeah.
Cool. Why do you choose sugar over sugar-free, full-fat milk over semi-skimmed? I think this is directed at me because I put them on my stories.
Yes, yeah.
I don't like sweeteners. They, I think, create free radicals in your body and fuck you up because your body can't break them down and do anything with you, so they bounce around doing shit they shouldn't. I have carbohydrates that I can use through the day, so why not just use them up on sugar? Because like a non-heaped spoonful of sugar is like 3 grams, 4 grams of carb. Like if you can't spare that for 2 coffees a day, you're pretty fucked. Full fat milk over semi-skimmed because again I have tons of fats because I'm predominantly high fat, so why would I not enjoy full fat milk? Because you need less of it for stuff to taste nicer in your coffees and teas.
I would tell that's fairly accurate as well. Like if you were just talking about milk in drinks, you would need less full fat than you would.
Yep.
Like I made somebody a cup of tea and they had like, I think it was like coconut milk or something in there. And I was like fucking pouring this for ages. I was like, it's still black. Like what's going on? It was basically like putting water in there.
No.
And I was like, do I keep going? And I was like, yeah, just keep going. I was like, so I poured like 4 times as much in there as I would have.
May as well have the milk.
Yeah, so.
What's the point? And also, whoever that was, defriend them. Coconut milk in tea.
I think it might have been in a coffee, to be honest, but...
Oh, that's okay. That's not so bad.
Yeah, but there was I had to pour like way more than what I normally would have.
Yeah.
But,
there we go. Not too shabby.
what time are we at?
1 hour, 42 minutes.
Right.
Lovely job.
Well
time in the day. Oof, 10:05. Might be struggling to get our little
we might not
Chinese chicken.
Because of you guys, we can't eat now.
Well,
we're going to wither away.
Let's see. Let's have a look. Where's my food hubby thing? Where is it?
Are you going to try and call them? Are you going to call them?
You ordered from website. Last time we did, do you remember they reopened the website for us, remember?
They did, yeah. Good guys at that.
It's
They're very aggressive, but good.
It's called Star Kitchen. Let's have a look.
Star Kitchen.
We had last time, we had half aromatic crispy duck, spare ribs in plum sauce, a crispy shredded beef in Peking sauce.
Yeah. Just as context as well, and definitely don't take our advice on this. So this was an extreme day for me, but like Lex was like, "Oh, have you got the calories to have a Chinese later?" And I was like, "Yes, I've eaten 2 oranges today." Yeah. I was like, "I've eaten 2 oranges and a Monster."
Oh, it appears I can still order it.
Yes. All right, everybody, we're gonna go. We're ordering food.
Hope you all have a wonderful week. It's a Monday. Remember, it's your chance to restart everything. Fuck what happened last week. If it was bad, if it was good, carry it forward. Make your own energy and have a great week. And we'll see you next week, or we'll see you online if you follow us there.
Toodle pip.